Hey crafty friends, Christina here with you today from close to my heart. I am here to share with you the October mystery project. Something I do is I send out a little kit for you to create something when you make a purchase from me. And so each month there's something different. And the mystery is you don't know if it's going to be for a card, 3D project, or like this month is going to be a little tag combo here that we're creating. I wanted to feature our new buildable tags. They come on this nice magnetic sheet, and as you can see, mine have been used a lot. They're all jumbled, but there are so many options in this set, and I'm going to show you some samples of some other ones so that you can kind of see some other possibilities with it beyond what we're going to create today. And I also wanted to showcase our new Candid Moments paper because it's just so fun with this kind of doodled pattern paper that's in it. So let's go ahead and get started. If you received the kit, you'll have all these supplies with you. If you didn't, you are absolutely welcome to just create along with us. This is fairly simple to do. And I have a couple of tips that'll hopefully be helpful to you. So what I did is I cut out both the large tag, the square top tag, as well as the small one, so that you could see both of them in action. And I did this one in papaya cardstock, and this one is in our French vanilla. So it's kind of an off-white color. And I stamped in our paprika ink, just so it's a little bit darker on that papaya. And just for reference, the set I used is the Everyday Featured Attractions. I used the Celebrate and the Today. My thinking was that then you could use this for a birthday card. You could attach it onto a birthday card. You could attach it to a birthday gift. It could go on a scrapbook page. So there's like a bunch of different ideas of what you could do with this. Then the fun part of this is here is our Candid Moments pattern paper. And I cut this out with the die that has the little heart in it. So the heart in your kit is actually a little bonus piece. We're not going to actually use that. So it's got the doodles on the one side, and because our paper is double-sided, you've got the fun stripes on the back. So you can use that if you want. At the end, I just put it at the back side of my small tag. So you can do that, or you can just put it aside for another project. So step one is I gave you an extra piece of the papaya in a square so that you can go ahead and cover up that heart so that it pops through. It's a little bit more vibrant if you want. So what I'm going to do is grab my adhesive, and I'm going to put some around the heart here so then I can go ahead and keep in mind that our cardstock is two-sided, two-toned rather. So there's the true color, which is the dark, and then the lighter shade on the back. So if you want a lighter heart, you could have that lighter portion popping through. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to fold on all of those score lines to get nice crisp folds. So it's easier to go ahead and attach this. So before I do that, I am going to take our navy Le Pen that is going to coordinate beautifully with the doodles in here. And we're going to add some of kind of our own doodles. I wanted to kind of reinforce and make this heart pop a little bit more. So I am simply tracing this outline. And as you can see, it does just really make it pop just a little bit more. And it's a quick, easy touch that you can do. So I've done that. And then I've also gone in and I drew lines around my tags to kind of, again, tie in that doodled effect that we've got going with the paper. And it's just so simple, easy way to kind of draw attention to the center of your project here. So I'm just doing a straight line all the way around. You could do a double line. And then what I did for the larger one is I did dots and lines just to kind of have some variety. So wherever there was like a corner piece here, I just did a dot, and then I drew the lines in between. And really, because we're covering up most of this, you don't need to worry about doing the whole tag. Like I'm not going to do that bottom portion because, like I said, it's going to get covered. But we're just going to go ahead and do some of it just to make sure we've got everything covered as we need. Okay, so now we can go ahead and put our pen away. So then we're going to go ahead, and I would recommend some strong adhesive because there's going to be some tension here. What we're going to do is we're going to actually adhere this onto the tag itself. So we're not going to be pulling this tag out. You could do that if you wanted to have another pull-out tag. But for purposes of what we're doing here today, I am actually gluing it down to the French vanilla tag. So I'm using our adhesive tape here because it's really strong. And that way I know with the tension of bending around it that it won't come undone. And I've just done it a little bit longer, so I'm just going to snip off some here and use that for this other portion. So if you have our adhesive tape, or if you have score tape, double-sided tape, just something that's stronger, probably you could use liquid glue, but then it's just going to take a little bit longer to dry, which is fine because we're not really messing with it. It's not like any mechanics are happening or anything with this. So this last little tab. Oops. Then I'm going to grab my piercing tool so that I can use it to lift off the backing on each of these. These are very staticky, these backings, if you haven't worked with it before, just to kind of give you a heads up. But if you don't have nails, the piercing tool is really wonderful for taking these backings off. I use it for this and for foam tape to get the backing off foam tape. All really wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Use my foam folder so I can get a nice crisp. Okay, so now I've got that in place. Okay, then what I did is I had a suspicion. One of the dies in this set, there's an oval as well as the round, so that you've got kind of a reinforcer for your tag. And I suspected that it was probably about the right width to use our shimmer trim. And I liked the idea of doing that because then there's already adhesive on it. So I took some washi tape. As you saw, my washi tape was still on there. And so you can go ahead and pull this away. I would go ahead and grab from the center here and pull it away from that carrier sheet. And then you can go ahead and place it right over that cutout oval. Just add some sparkly goodness. And then you have a thin strip of the rose gold shimmer trim. And it actually comes in a wider, twice as wide. So I was going to show you real quick in case you haven't done this before, a handy trick on how you can get thinner shimmer trim, because shimmer trim is great because it already has that adhesive on it. You're going to want to get some, I use washi tape or like Scotch tape, something that's not going to be super sticky but will hold. And I'm going to grab 2 pieces in my paper trimmer. And what I do is I go ahead and, using the grid lines on your paper trimmer, center it on there, use your washi tape to put it in place, and then just go ahead and cut straight down. And now you have 2 skinnier strips of your washi, or not your washi, but your shimmer trim, which makes for a nice thing if you're using, you know, you don't want as bold of strip. You want it to kind of be a little bit more delicate. This is a great way to do that. So what I did is I gave you in your kit an extra long piece so that you had more than enough. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the backing here. It's clear backing, even though the back of the shimmer trim is white. And I just have it right along the edge here, flush to the edge, going at that angle. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess. So if you wanted to, you could trim it first before you take the backing off. That way you could keep the extra to use for another project. Or you could even just keep these pieces too, or just toss them. So there you have that. And then your little tag here just goes inside, just like that. Super simple, but a couple fun techniques in it. So I promised you that I would show you a couple other samples to show you how you can use some of the other dies. So this one I did kind of the same concept where I took the larger with the rounded top as well as the smaller with the rounded top, and I created a layered tag here. So it's kind of another fun thing you could do. Again, I used the reinforcer. It has a circle one. So there's that. And then I did a winter scene here because it has, let's see if I can pull it out so you can see it better. I like the stitching on it too. It's got this one here, so it's kind of like a window. So it's like looking outside, and I have my glitter paper as a snow and then a little snowman. And so it just makes for a fun tag to do that. And then finally, you can use the tag to create a treat holder. Just use the tag on both ends and just don't cut it at the very base of it. So another idea that you can do with the buildable tags. Super fun set. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, stay crafty.